Hi Sam. I'm excited to see you today. Are you ready for another German word?
Hi Alex. Yes, I'm ready. What's today's word?
Today, we are learning,
zusammen,
which means together.
Together? That sounds useful. Are there other meanings?
Yes, in addition to.
zusammen,
It can also mean in combination or jointly. The most common meaning is definitely.
zusammen,
Just be careful, as some English words like assemble might seem similar but aren't direct translations.
Got it. So, how does
zusammen,
work grammatically?
zusammen,
Is an adverb, so it doesn't have gender or plural forms. It's often used with verbs. For example, you can say,
wir arbeiten zusammen,
which means we work together.
What about the past tense? How would I say that?
In the past, you might say,
wir arbeiteten zusammen,
for the simple past, or in the perfect tense, you would say,
wir haben zusammengearbeitet.
Oh, right. I see how that works.
now, let's talk about where.
Zusammen,
Comes from. It originates from the Old High German word,
zusammen,
which also meant together.
That's interesting. Has its meaning changed over time?
Not really. Its meaning has remained quite consistent throughout history, which is nice.
Can we break the word down a bit?
Of course,
zusammen,
can be divided into the prefix, meaning to, and the root,
sammen,
which derives from the word,
sem,
meaning with or together. So, when you combine them, it literally means to with.
That makes sense.
Now, let's look at some similar words. For example, with the prefix, you have,
zunehmen,
which means to increase, and,
zulassen,
meaning to allow.
What about other suffixes or compounds?
Great question. You can also find words like,
Zusammenarbeit,
which means cooperation, and from the same root, we have,
Zusammenfassung,
meaning summary.
Zusammenarbeit,
Combines.
zusammen,
With.
arbeiten,
Exactly. And remember, the head last rule applies here, so the gender of
Zusammenarbeit,
is feminine because of.
Arbeit.
That's really cool. How can I use
zusammen,
in everyday situations?
Here are a few examples. At work, you might say,
Lass uns zusammenarbeiten.
meaning let's work together.
I can try.
lass uns zusammenarbeiten.
Perfect. Another situation could be while traveling. You might say,
Wir reisen zusammen.
which means we travel together.
I like that.
Wir reisen zusammen.
Great. Lastly, if you're at a gathering, you can say,
Wir essen zusammen.
meaning we eat together.
Okay, I'll try that too.
Wir essen zusammen.
Awesome. Now, for a gender memory hint, remember that since
Zusammen.
is an adverb, it doesn't have a gender. But for nouns like
Zusammenarbeit.
the suffix
Arbeit.
often indicates feminine gender.
That's helpful.
In terms of usage,
Zusammen.
is quite neutral and can be used in both formal and informal contexts. Typical collocations include phrases like
Zusammenspielen.
which means to play together, and
Zusammen lernen.
meaning to learn together.
Are there any confusing words I should look out for?
Yes, be careful with
Zubereiten.
which means to prepare, and is not related.
Can you give me some example sentences?
Sure. For example,
Wir haben zusammen gefeiert.
meaning we celebrated together. Or you could say,
Sie arbeiten zusammen an diesem Projekt.
which means they are working together on this project.
These are great examples.
Now, let's do a quick recall check. What does
Zusammen.
mean?
It means together.
Correct. Can you give me a sentence using it in the past tense?
Wir haben zusammen gespielt.
Exactly. What's the opposite of doing something?
Zusammen.
Doing it alone.
Yes, that works. How do you say let's work together in German?
Lass uns zusammenarbeiten.
Right again. What's the gender of
Zusammenarbeit.
It's feminine because of
Arbeit.
good job? And finally, can you name one similar word?
Zusammenfassung.
Yes, that's correct. You did really well.
Thanks, Alex. This was super helpful.
I'm glad you found it useful. Remember,
Zusammen.
is a word you can use in many contexts. Keep practicing, and you'll master it in no time.
I will. Thanks for the encouragement.